Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 2494. I'm your host Arwin, and before I start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit, and if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be the show is live, or subscribe to my greatly appreciated. I desperately need it. Right. So, weather today is, not so sunny, unfortunately. It's big gray soup up there. So it's all cloud covered again, and no sun, unfortunately. It's cold. There's like a lot of humidity in the air. It's cold because of that. Yesterday it was much nicer. Like even after dark. It's just a cold day. Right. So, hello. It is Monday, the 22nd of December 2025. Temperature 7 degrees Celsius with 78% humidity, 13 kilometers an hour wind, 10% precipitation. Yeah, just clouded. It's gonna clear up by tomorrow though, but it's also gonna get colder and then freezing. Looks like it's gonna be freezing nights for 4 days in a row, and on Thursday it's gonna freeze even during the day. Friday's gonna be really damn cold. It's not looking as favorable as I remember it. So I mean it's gonna be a tough January. It's gonna be really freaking tough. Right, but I've deployed everything I could to try to help the situation, and hopefully it'll somehow work out. I really hope so. Right. Anyhow, what have we been doing yesterday? We're hanging around Discord a lot. What a whole bunch of trolls yesterday, but at the worldwide debates. But Riggs was taking care of them. God, where do these people come from? What was the discussion about? I barely even remember. It was just so much bickering. Oh more about the technique. Since I had that item, I had a lot of views yesterday for some reason. Not necessarily downvotes, but a lot of views, so I guess I got people's attention. But these guys that are basically trolls, they were like, oh yeah, could you teach me? And at first they seemed like they were genuine, but then eventually they were like, it was just obvious that they were just not they were just basically trolling with it. And yeah, I mean, Riggs was like really, like, actually interested, and there were some other people in there that were also like Christian oriented that really, like, yeah, that was an interesting conversation about it, just like what is it, and my rough descriptions of like the process, what I'm doing, and what I'm like, how it's like prayer but it isn't really, it's not in the same way, different setup, and like Rudolf Steiner, where it comes from, and yeah, it was just hashing through all of it. It was interesting until the trolls started to meddle with it, and then eventually it just broke off because just there's no point in keeping up about it when they're around. It's just super tedious. Anyway. So yeah, a lot to talk about the technique, what it is that I do, the guides. Of course, everybody's Christian oriented. I was gonna be like, oh, but you don't know what that is. But I mean, yeah, I do, and it's not some secret entity. I would be able to distinguish, like, because I mean, the guides, you're not like having a conversation with it. They're not like telling you things. You're just asking analytical and yes and no questions, and there's like, that's it. And that also like basically secures that you're not gonna risk like getting some weird entity like starting to tell you weird things because you're not asking. Right. But yeah, it was that part was a good conversation, and the rest I've just been like trying to not like get over my my panic and all that, and yeah, I mean, the evening was okay. I ate okay. Had some chicken broccoli again, and my body really needed that. I don't eat that too often anymore. So yeah, I do feel better, but I mean, the outlook, all the stuff that I'm gonna have to do with not, like, there's no, yeah, there's still going to be a detriment at the end of the ride, basically. That's kind of like what it sounded like, and my earlier hopes that were like really pulling me through yesterday, I don't know if that's going to work out. I mean, anyway, I'm not going to bore you guys with all that depressing stuff. I'm just trying to be honest and getting it off my chest so I can move on. So I'm doing everything that I can anyway. So what's going on out there? Oh yeah, that hearing yesterday in Leeuwarden from all these government people. All kinds of things are rolling out there. Shady stuff that they've done. Oh yeah, this is weird. Some miscalculation about vitamin D. Oh, it's already known since 2014. Okay. Oh yeah, it's like the official amount of vitamin D that is essential for survival. Like they downgraded that. But apparently that was already known since 2014. Like, you need more of it than the official standard. Yeah, I guess. I don't know why that popped up in the feed. but it was interesting. Yeah, war with Russia still looming, despite the Christmas peace plan of Trump. So yeah, it might get very tense this week. Because the EU wants to escalate NATO. So yeah. But I mean, at least it's out there. People are aware of what's going on, aware of the geopolitics of it, tensions, and the potential for trickery. It's pretty much out there, so that's something. Oh yeah, there was America Fest. And apparently there's this, like, basically, like, a public struggle between, or with TP USA. I mean, this is kind of known, but they were basically, it was just like publicly unrolling with speeches and everything, and like whether it's gonna be super Israel first, basically, or the original MAGA. There's a bit of a struggle, and Ben Shapiro is taking the wheel for Israel, which is very obvious to everybody. I don't want to get into the details of that, but I mean, it's going on, so that's out there. Bunch of Epstein pictures. Nothing super gruesome, but weird stuff and creepy. They're just like getting slowly released over time. Anyway, hello Viscosity first in Rumble chat, good to see you. You heard the word Israel and immediately you showed up. No surprise there. Hope you had a great weekend. Right, so yeah, what am I gonna talk about today? I don't know. I feel I could talk about something as soon as I like get a hook on some idea or whatever, or get it rolling. It's just now I'm a little bit frozen up. Also because it's cold. I mean, it doesn't look all that cold, but it is just cold. I guess because of the humidity. So I'm closing that door for now. I hope today is going to be as good a show as it was yesterday. I mean, yesterday, my show was like really good. Long. And yeah, I had a long first part where it's just me talking, different subjects, good subjects, interesting. And yeah, the panel part was also entertaining, I thought. Getting technical, besides maybe some frustrations, but yeah, can't avoid that. But yeah, it was overall pretty good. Hope you all enjoyed that. Right? You know, I can't promise that for it to be that good every time. I'm just doing my best with the energy that is available at the time and the ideas that are going around. This is not new. Okay. It's like the same article. Almost. From a few days ago. About the meetings to end the Ukraine war. They're saying it's been very productive, but yeah, I mean, they've said that in the past as well. I mean, but I mean, it's just a matter of time before Zelensky basically turns around and just starts breaking the agreements again. It really is. I mean, I cannot foresee that he's actually just going to stick to the deal. He hasn't done that ever in the past, like really never. And he already like collected a bunch of money for like war efforts anyway here in Europe. So, right, but it's really about also like how are Russia and America gonna respond to when he basically does that, because they're not idiots. They know what he is, what he does. So it's really about, are they gonna now work together instead of letting Zelensky keep dividing them, right? That's what this is about. And I mean, there's a good chance it's gonna go different this time because of that. So yeah, there's still some hope. But I mean, there's probably gonna be some stupid thing, false flag. I hope not too big an incident. But I mean, they might just like freaking blow up a power plant or something, right? In the middle of the cold. That would be like extra dramatic. Like, they did that. So it's gonna get super freezing. So they might do something like that, and then like acute power out, and like when it's super freezing, yeah, that's gonna have like a lot of panic and shit. So hope it doesn't happen, but I mean, you definitely can't put it below Zelensky or the NATO guys to do something like that, because they've just been obsessed, foaming at the mouth about keeping this insane war up for their own whitewashing benefits, money whitewashing crap, because they can't win. You can never conquer Russia. It's insane. They know that. Like, everybody knows that, right? but they'll still pretend like like that's doable, and it isn't, just to squeeze more money out of it. That's what this entire war on Russia is all about. Is all about just robbing the people to keep a fake war going. That, well, it's not there's actual things blowing up and people dying, but I mean it's futile on the short run and on the long run, and they can't win. It's like it's no matter what they do, really. It's quite established, so that's the winning is not the reason they're doing it. They're doing it because they're getting all this money out of it, like making it disappear, and also probably because the whole financial extra burden is gonna make us more greased up to go into WEF agenda, basically ruining our entire life setup here, like with the digital ID stuff and digital currency and 10-minute cities, 15-minute cities, whatever, to like progress that stuff, right? Because if everybody's doing great, well, then they can more easily afford to protest and to organize against these agendas that are against the people. So yeah, starve them, cut all their funding, increase the prices, and yeah, then it's like you're too weak to protest, basically. I think that is part of this strategy, their universal strategy. I think that they're just doing it for that, right? It's like a fake war just to squeeze us hard. That's what it seems to be, just like all the other. I mean, that's just the whole climate policies, all just to squeeze us. Anyway, so we are trying to enact the Abrahamic end of days. Okay. I mean, yeah, some fanatics in Israel might be, or some neocons, perhaps. I don't think that like the guys in the EU are having that in mind. They're just trying to install a new neo-fuel control system and rule over it. They're not like looking for some divine entity to come down and punish them, right? Maybe they've like heard of it. I don't think they believe it, because they're not aiming for just total wreckage. They're aiming for a new control system and take the reins. That's the WF plan, and it's already hellish. It's basically like a giant prison camp situation that they're trying to create. So yeah, I don't know if that specifically applies. I mean, what you're talking about is like the Talmudic invocation of forcing God to come down. It's crazy, but I mean, that's a thing apparently. Some fanatical Jews, not all of them, thank God, but I mean, I don't think that's directly tied in with Europe. Or maybe a little bit. I don't know. I mean, that would be very nutty if that's involved with this. I just think they're just trying to create a new control system and usher in neo-feudalism. And I mean, that is pretty damn atrocious. It's evil. Especially with like all this anti-Christian policies on top of it, anti-national locals, anti-white and Christian and all that, and the migration agenda. Yeah, but I don't know if it's even Yahweh. Yahweh is like the Old Testament God. And yeah, I don't think that's Jesus' God. Or it's just really complicated. I think the Yahweh might be like the face that was presented towards those ancient Jews, to those tribes. It was the face, because I believe that God basically shows you a face that basically reflects the nature of a specific people. So that would show a different face to different peoples, if any. And I think that Jesus, with his arrival, basically made God emerge a new face, like another. So it's like, it's not, to me, it's not the same God. Jehovah. Oh, is that different? Yahweh, is that different from Jehovah? I don't know. I find it very confusing, all these different namings from the different religious people popping up and that are like talking to social media, even like within Flat Earth. It's just very confusing. So anyway, it's the same. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just makes it confusing then. First you address him as Yahweh and then Jehovah. Yeah, that makes it confusing to me. Anyway. Right? But I'm arguing like, yeah, they could be the same God. But I mean, dude. Yahweh, like early in the Old Testament, like even identified himself as Baal. In the words, it's like, yeah, I'm known as this, including Baal. Like, hello? Well, then you could think, oh my god, he actually basically had to tell them that he was the devil. Yeah, that's one way of seeing it. Or there's another side to the nature of God, and that is that he basically just, God puts on the face that reflects the person. Hold on. Yes! Oh my god. That was freaking amazing. Dude, the thing that I was just saying, like, I don't know, like, that was actually like the debt assistant program person. And they said they could basically just tell the government not to do that, like to hold, so that I can, like, on the short term survive. She actually took me serious. Oh my god. Oh. I did not expect that. I'm getting pulled apart one way to the other. It's like, oh my god. Oh. This could really help. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even expect to get that call so quick. So yeah, I might get another call later, even during the show. So I don't know, but this sounded very hopeful. I didn't know that they could do that, to just basically tell, like, the government that, like, is about my wealth, that actually pays out the money, to tell them, like, not to do this thing. Like, don't do that. Like, because, yeah, well, because there's an acute danger of me literally just completely not being able to eat. And I explained, like, yeah, I literally have to, like, online basically beg people, like, help me, I can't eat. It's literal, guys. And I am embarrassed about it. I fully admit it. But I mean, that is what it is, and it's not like me secretly making a lot of money on the side. So yeah. Free money? Dude, fuck off. Get the hell out of here. Just try and damn survive, yeah. Could you just stop the fucking nagging? I'm just trying to not plunge into a death spiral, okay? That's all it is. Give me a damn break already. Right, anyway, so yeah, sorry for that interruption there. What are you guys talking about? Hello, Osiris the Good. YHVH. Yeah, I heard that thing. It's basically like an interpretation of those letters. It's weird. Yeah, any thoughts about yesterday's show, by the way? I thought it was really interesting about Christmas being Jesus' conception day. I thought it was like a, yeah, and even Amanda Young found that reference that is biblical. So I thought that was really fascinating. Anyway. Sorry guys, I mean, to basically summarize it, I basically arrived here after having a good Sunday with hope, and then like hearing something like, oh shit, I'm screwed after all. And then now I just got a call that I might not be screwed after all, so I just feel like I'm being pulled around. It's, I mean, it's not over. I'm gonna be busy with this shit for a while. But at least, like, it's just not looking super bleak now. Like, yeah, you're gonna have a real struggle for months, and then you might get sorta back to where you were, which was already with troubles. So but this, I mean, it's great because I had to like write a letter or like fill in a form of objecting to the thing, and now I'm going after the lawyer to like really go after it judicially. But I mean, if the debt help division basically is gonna call them directly like, hey, you can't do this, he's gonna starve, that's like, that might actually like work quick. And then I don't have to suffer while I'm trying to solve the situation judicially, which takes time. So it's like, oh, this, oh. But yeah, being kind of pulled back and forth here, it's at least it's not just getting pulled more down. That's, you know, praise the Lord, thank God, thank you Jesus. Oh man, they're chemtrailing, by the way. Ugh, you see that freaking cross right there? What kind of debt? Ongoing debt. Bills that I can't pay, that keep piling up. I hope it's gonna work out. Yeah, so I mean, I actually now feel a little bit of energy coming back, but I just still have to like just let it all sink in. Sounds like you were trying to cut my normal compensation in half. No, but what they were doing is taking my e-begging money just so I could be able to eat, like it was some kind of like company income. That's how they did it. It's an outrage. When I did it like because I had no other choice, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to eat. That's literally, it's not just, oh, extra income, it's just piling up. No, it's not. Even with the support of like friends, and even then I was still building debt because it was just not enough really. But now with this freaking thing, like, it's completely untenable. Like, even if I did get the support that I normally, like, I can't expect you guys to like, oh yeah, I need 170 euros more now this month and every month after. Yeah, that's not doable. It's insane. I can't do that. It's impossible. So Right. Hopefully it'll work. Right, I mean, just imagine, like, oh yeah, well, maybe if you just got a job. Oh really? So yeah, then I get a job? But literally as I'm doing the job, there's literally no food. Like, I can't actually pay for food even while I'm working. Like, how is that gonna work out? Ever tried doing a full-time job and then literally eating absolutely nothing for a month? Have you ever tried doing that? Yeah, that doesn't fucking work. That's right. Anyway. Hello, Amanda Young. Good to see you. Right, I mean, that cut, that's literally like 1.5 to 2 weeks of food, of eating. That's what that cut stands for. It's insane. So yeah, so then I literally just like, oh, instead of just having 2 weeks where I have to figure out how to eat, it's 4 weeks. Like, what the fuck? All of it then. It's just like, yeah, I paid my bills, and then, yeah, no food, no money for food. It's like, it's insane. It's freaking insane. Anyway. Yeah, I know. No, I told them, Amanda. I told them. I literally explained it. Like, yeah, I get through the PayPal because I'm basically begging them help. I need money because I can't pay for food. That's it. And even the timings show it, and the eventual number on my account shows it, and they just ignored it. They heard me out. I was very honest, very direct, and they just signed it up as like, nope, fuck you, you're scamming us, like that. And they didn't even say anything, which is like, smiling all the way, being all very nice. This was like fucked up. Right, so, and I mean, that's why I'm getting a lawyer, which is like super idiotic too, because I mean, the government's paying for that. Yeah, they're gonna be paying for me to get the lawyer to rectify this stupid situation. It's literally costing them more money this way. It's insane. It's insane. It's just mismanagement. And at the same time, a huge attack on my freaking health. Because this is driving me nuts. I'm sick, physically ill from this situation. I had a terrible time in the last half a week. Or last week, pretty much, since Wednesday. Terrible anxiety attacks, sick. So, yeah, it's just idiotic, all of it. And it needs to be rectified, and then hopefully, like, it's just not gonna happen again. Oh, I think they might be calling again. Hold on. Okay, well, I'm back to screwed again. Apparently they can't do anything. This is insane. Like, through their setup, they're just... not allowing me to receive money and not counting it as a salary. This is fucking insane. Alright, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have an appointment with them in a month. They're very busy apparently. And then see how I'm gonna get around and...
You are fake news.
Nice.
Channel was my job. No. No, I don't think so, man, Young. No, they just choose to say like, no, screw it, we're just interpreting it like this. That's it. I mean, I told them. What the fuck does it matter whether I say this is my job? Right? If I'm gonna get income like from the ads and all that through Rumble, yeah, that's technically like that's company income. Makes sense. But just direct donations, that's not the same thing. Right, anyhow. Alrighty then. Whoa. It's really crowded over at Earth Awakenings. A lot of people in there. Yeah, I might join up with them. Right, I'm gonna try to... sorry, I'm being so freaking silent. I'm really sorry. It's just that second phone call kind of took the wind out of me.
You are fake news.
Is this not why you are here?
Jesus. Do I still have my Give Send Go site up? No. Why? You want to support me? That's really sweet, Amanda Young. I can open it back up for you, but it's gonna take a couple of days. You want to donate through Give Send Go? Because if so, then I'll reactivate it. Okay, it is. Yeah, I think it's open up again. Do I have to report it? Yes. To get any more? Yeah, no, I won't get in any more trouble. What? Yeah. I mean, I won't get any more trouble. How the hell do I edit this thing? Ah, here we go. I found it. Yeah, it's running. Right, but yeah, Amanda Young, I mean, I still got an appointment with like lawyers and all that, so I might be able to prevent them from classifying these donations as just standard income from a job, and that way, yeah, it won't be subtracted. But I mean, it's a process. It's gonna take a while before I'm gonna get to that. And I just acutely need the support just to be able to survive. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, the Gifts and Go page has been reactivated. I updated the text. Right, I'm gonna just take a listen over at Earth Awakening, see what's going on over there. If it's too busy, maybe worldwide debates. So I'm just gonna take a listen right now. See what's going on there.
What they think or would be the implication of where the geometric horizon would be. No direct measurement to the geometric horizon. Just stand there at a point, measure the distance to the geometric horizon from there. They can't do it, which they've already said at least half a dozen times.
Are you done?
Hello, guys.
So, Greg, why is there a horizon?
What do you mean, why? What do you mean by why?
Did they not teach you what the word "why" means?
What do you mean by why? Because there's at least two different senses you can mean.
You can use
I'm
whatever
gonna try
you
worldwide.
think "why" means to explain why there is a horizon. Whatever.
Just nuts. And to think
Hello?
there could have been someone on the planet that had the technology to survive that, you know, even back in the 1300s.
Morning, Arwen.
What do you think Darren Kuyu is for? What do you think they're tunneling underneath the ground right now for?
Exactly.
I feel like the sun,
But,
right?
but why did China stop? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm not too familiar with what you're referencing about China. I'm just kind of bringing up more of a broad idea about going underground. Because like the sun, if you think about it, they're saying, oh, we're at the age of Aquarius and we just came from a different one, and it's like rotating while the sun's rotating. You got your yearly calendar, then you have like your monthly calendar, your weekly calendar. So there's different rotations. There's a chance that the sun is now going to be circling a different central point. So like a different extremity is going to start getting colder. And as it shifts, that part that's not getting light could freeze over, which would make like an ice age type situation. It's one of the theories that I came up with a while ago.
Well,
Like in the
aren't we in
book-
like a solar minimum or something like that? I don't really follow those, so I don't really understand it, but I hear about it.
Like in the book of Enoch, it talks about like him walking for this darkness for a while, and to me, it was he came from like the backside of the lands. And just how I imagined it when I first read through that, but yeah, I'm not sure. I think they know that they're going underground for a reason, because there's something to be coming.
Right. I see what you're talking about underground. I thought you kind of were talking about those big underground, like the particle accelerator project. That's why I was like, why are they trying to stop? But I see what you mean about we're definitely going underground, putting infrastructure underground. They're gonna grow plants underground.
Sounds like you're underground. Your mic is really muffled.
No, I am. They just got on the machines over here, so it's getting a little.
Right. We're live, by the way, with the Early Bird Show,
Morning, everybody.
number 2494. Hope everybody had a great weekend here.
Wow. Good morning.
Welcome to the
The
early
year is
bird
going.
wide
That's what's up.
stream.
Right. So, yeah, what are we discussing here? I didn't really have a subject that's worthy of discussion. So, just wondering what you guys were talking about.
How about that weather?
Yeah, it's going to be freezing here during Christmas.
We're talking about the possible disaster cycle.
Of what?
It started from the 3-Eye Atlas. If anybody had any information about that.
Yep.
Well, what's surprising to me is either A, there's some kind of anomaly in the sky, or B, they're trying to like work people up to some kind of conclusion with this 3-Eye Atlas thing. Because it's still in the news. So what does that mean? Either it's something that is anomalous that they have no control over, or it is part of their narrative to gaslight us about this 3-Eye Atlas thing, and to what end. So that was kind of the point we were making earlier.
Well, they might be using it for a sudden alien entry. People in suits.
That was an idea on the table.
People in suits just suddenly showing up saying, yeah, we're from that.
Well, I was making the case that due to a couple different behaviors or actions of the mainstream or the public or the politicians and whatnot, that it seemed to me that they might be gearing up for war. I just keep getting this spidey sense they might be gearing up for war, and I was like, okay, well,
yeah, definitely.
Who's going to be the one that we're going after? Is it Russia, China, whoever? And I kept thinking, who would it be? And maybe it's this 3-Eye Atlas thing. Maybe they're going to have some kind of like alien army or whatever story they're coming out with,
Maybe.
So they keep talking about they call it the draft in America, where they recruit citizens to go to war. Keep talking about the draft. They've been doing this in like the debating podcasts and all kinds of stuff. And historically, we almost never talk about the draft, especially not recently. Like, why is it even a talking point? I think maybe this whole Schedule 3 thing with the marijuana, that maybe a lot of people are going to get let out of jail. And I kept thinking, well, jail makes them a lot of money. If people aren't in jail, a lot of people are not going to be making money. I kept thinking, like, what would motivate someone to do that? Well, they would actually make more money if those same people went to war, because they would have to arm them, right? The same people they're letting out of jail, suddenly now they're fulfilling, all these military arms contracts and whatnot. And that would be one way to recoup that economy. So Is a war on the way? Is this Three-Eye Atlas thing like related to that possibility? Like, why do they keep having it in the news? For what end? You know?
Yeah, they're pumping it. Pumping it.
Or maybe it's like this emergency backup event that they could just spring any moment if they feel like they have no other choice. Because like the public's not buying into this new world war thing with EU and Russia, and America won't get involved, and if that just doesn't work out, that then if that's really definitive, that then they'll spring like a supposed alien invasion thing.
Well, what does an alien invasion look like, though? That's what I'm curious of. What does it look like?
Well, it's gonna look
Independence
like
Day.
humans in suits so that you can't see them. They can't see their faces, and then they're just gonna be, yeah, like. Just...
I mean, do they look like us? That would be an interesting alien invasion.
Well, you wouldn't be able to see them. You're just gonna never see. You're just gonna see people in full body suits.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think they'd have any like physical type quote unquote alien. I think they would use some sort of manipulation tactic to keep people compartmentalized so that they don't actually get kind of like 9/11 where like, oh, they did this, that, oh, and they show you some images, so then they make you think that you saw a plane and stuff. So it's more of like an invisible threat, like Corona. Oh, the virus. Oh, the aliens are here. Oh, it's Three-Eye Atlas. Oh, we just wiped their bank account. Oh, their spaceship had so much energy in it, it wiped our computer systems. Oh no. Oh, here's UBI. Here you go.
Maybe.
Sorry, a little sci-fi take.
There was that movie that came out on Netflix not too long ago with Julia Roberts about how they hacked all the cars. They were driving themselves into the corner and blocking roads and stuff like that. They could very possibly use an EMP, knock out like parts of our economic system. You know, like the credit card buildings, like in Fight Club. You know, all the financiers.
Oh no,
So,
they hacked Tesla. All the Teslas are now bombs. You know? This could be like some sort of weird, like, just some manipulative threat.
Whoa. What if they announce some new species as aliens, but it's really just people who have already done genetic hybridization?
I mean, we're going off on the deep end. I could go even deeper. I'd say, you know, what if Antarctica is a ring or even just another continent? Well, could they possibly be breeding like a whole army of mutants or something to come attack us? It's possible, maybe. I don't know. They were doing lots of experiments. Like, dude, the Nazis, Nazis really don't care. They really don't care. If there's something they could try to do to get one over on people, they would do it. So
Yeah, you would not see it coming.
you would not see it coming. Like this Steve guy. The Steve guy could be one of those mutants. I mean, it makes the most sense.
Yeah, it's kind of just been around.
Yeah. Just here to normalize the mutants.
I'm pretty sure they're going to make your life miserable for a couple of years. And then they'll bring in the aliens. But not till they make your life miserable, so you'll welcome, you'll be thankful that I came to save you.
Okay, so you think that they're gonna mesh, like they're gonna be here, they're gonna be like part of the culture.
Who you worship. Yeah. Well, like I say, that when you talk about war, I think they are gonna. Well, one of the guys, I'm not making this up, but what I heard, which I think is a pretty good story, they take us to war right now, right, amongst ourselves, or Russia, whatever. But we're food and people are dying, and so you have that chaos going on for maybe a couple of years, who knows, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, the aliens show up with more powerful weapons. And then now we go, well, we gotta do this or that, whatever way they decide to direct us. But it's hard to say what type of aerial equipment they have. I think that's what they keep hidden from us. One of the things. They could have some type of saucer. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, I think they have underground facilities. I think there are dozens, if not hundreds, of underground facilities, massive caves, tunnels,
definitely
integrated across the United States and other continents, maybe even Antarctica. Like it would make sense. Like, why do you want to be outside in the elements? You'd want to be underground, nice and cozy, right? Like that's just obvious.
That's what I say. Yeah.
But also, like there's not going to be any satellite scans of that, so perfect cover.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And then all these islands, who knows, right? I mean, we're all kind of aware now of we don't get to go certain places. They control the news.
Yep. It all comes down to control. Once you control the media and you have fed a population with all the degeneracy and the constant, women running down the street with blood dripping from their forehead type stuff, you get enough desensitization that you can pretty much get away with anything. And that's what we're seeing.
See Charlie's Kirk get blown out multiple times on YouTube before it gets blocked.
Right.
Desensitization. All these movies. Yeah. It's going to be Little Boy Cry Wolf when the time comes. People aren't going to respond. Oh, it's just another movie. Wow, we've seen it before. Don't worry.
Yeah, like if you see someone on the street just bleeding out, what is the proper response? Because typically you're going to get people, I would say at least half the cars are just going to keep driving. If you see someone bleeding to death on the side of the street, I promise you half of those vehicles that drive by are going to keep driving. That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who are desensitized to stimuli. So what stimuli have they desensitized us to so that we can better understand what they're going to deploy?
There's a great movie quote for that. That is, we must all fear evil men. But there is one evil we must fear the most. And that is the indifference in good men.
Yeah. Somebody who does nothing is actually more dangerous than some people who do something, because there's way more of everyone else. This is why accountability is so important. Like if you believe in something, you should be working towards it. It would be a sin not to. The chat says, can't the aliens be invisible like the Sasquatch are, Arwen?
Alrighty then.
I don't know, like, yeah. I don't know, you can respond or not. I'm just letting you know.
No, it's just silly.
Well, dude, that's what I was saying before, dude. Like, it could be like a not an actual threat; it's a manipulated, fake, like propped up idea threat.
Mm-hmm. So Karen B talked about that whole Sasquatch thing. She did a whole interview with Patricia Mann here a while back about the Sasquatch. What do you have to say about Sasquatch, Arwen?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really a believer, but I don't know. Haven't looked into it.
No, I think it could be real. But I mean, it's just like, yeah, I mean, if they're out there and they've been there all this time, then I don't see like how it's, yeah, making it an attention point is going to change anything. Like, they're obviously very elusive. They're very capable of keeping separate from humanity, staying out of our attention.
You mean if they're real, or
yeah,
they are real?
Well, I've never personally met any, but I mean, I feel like there's a decent chance that they are out there. It's been sightings like that reported all over the world.
Right.
Different types.
Yeah, I've thought about this with like dinosaurs and everything. Like, if there is more land, then I think they would want to make sure that the like the living animals, or like all the biological life, is within a manageable size. Like in our area, like we're basically caged animals, right? So they'd want to make sure everything's like a certain size, so that we're not aware of like all the life that is available. Like, maybe there are giants, maybe there are dinosaurs somewhere, maybe there are Bigfoot, but they would want to minimize that in our little area, right? So that we don't have an understanding or knowledge of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no dinosaur sightings out there, except maybe Legend of Nessie or something, but other than that, nobody spots dinosaurs throughout history, right? They were a relatively recent conception from the 19th century. Before that, there was no idea of it. The word didn't really even exist. But I mean, Sasquatch-like sightings have been reported all over the world throughout history. Different types, different looks. Like, they're looking different in China, for example, as they do in America. So they have different names for it in different cultures. So it is a much more widespread phenomenon.
See, when I hear something like a dragon, I think, oh, well, that could just have been, what they call the dinosaur, or vice versa.
Right,
like,
but I mean, there's stories
big
of dragons, but there's no
thing.
sightings of them now. So that's the difference. It's like blatantly ancient history. Well, the Sasquatch type sightings, they have been ongoing. They're like in the 20th century even, so that's the big difference. Right, but I mean, the Sasquatch could also, like, I always get the feeling like it's actually in a way spiritual related, because of the phasing. Like, whatever they are, they're weird creatures. They would be in a way classified under the fairy type creatures because they can like phase out. That's a distinct ability that is attributed to them. And so, like, maybe they're not really fully physical creatures. Maybe certain people just get to see them because they're spiritually attuned to be able to. And that's why people would bump into it on happenstance, while other people like never ever get even close to ever observing it. But I mean, it is definitely like, yeah, a widespread thing, not just on one location. So But yeah, much further than that, we're not coming because I mean, there's no dead body of a Sasquatch ever discovered. So yeah, it remains just very elusive. If there's a species out there called Sasquatch, then they're very capable of just completely staying out of the loop, other than happenstance observations.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of different sightings, and I've just never been convinced by any of the evidence. And then people said that, you know, they're invisible or like they read your mind and stuff. I'm like, okay, now we're now I don't know if we're just appealing to the idea of them or if this is like a real thing or what. But I don't know. I think telepathy and telekinesis are like possible things, like in our greatest potential. So maybe something like that is out there. I don't know. There's this old there's this podcast, well, not a podcast, it's a lecture by a guy named Michael Persinger, and he builds a framework for what he calls no more secrets, and it has to do with reading the mind, and he's able to orient a net of electrodes onto the brain and amplify brain waves to create actual telepathy.
Huh.
Like actual communication and understanding between rooms and people.
Okay,
like
that's
testing.
interesting.
Yeah. Here, I'll drop it. Drop it in the chat.
Okay.
Let's see. And it's like over 10 years ago. It's not new at all. Which is interesting because you get somebody like James Randi out there, you know, $1 million if you can prove magic and whatnot. And honestly, this would be a functional mechanism, but because it's science, it doesn't fall under magic, even though it would prove the capability. So it's
Where are
funny
you
how
posting
like,
it?
well, I gotta find it.
Oh, okay.
It's on YouTube somewhere. Let me find it. Here we go. Posting it in the wide. Here you go. Yeah, and it's all through accredited institution. I mean, he's an extremely knowledgeable guy. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a total asset for intelligence. Very, very technical, good information, real stuff. One of these days, I might even open up the show here with a viewing of it. Not too long.
Interesting.
Yeah. Today we did a predictive history number 2, and I think it's a 30-part series. I'm just going to keep rolling it. Every day I'll wake up, start playing a video, get the day started. And actually, I think this even makes the case for what could be like a proof for like remote viewing. It's not something I've ever done, so I have no idea. But you know, mind power is an interesting thing.
But yeah, like I don't know how much you're able to break it down, or if we all got to watch it. Like, you know,
I'm not gonna
if
watch
I
it
think
right
the
now. It's too
phrase-
long.
But I mean, what are the limits of what he can do? Like, if I have, can he read my brain patterns? If I go 1 + 1 = 2, or if I say 100 + 100 = 200, or whatever? I mean, can he decipher
Possibly.
and encode my inner monologue, basically?
Well, they use imagery, and they try to get people to draw down and sketch down what is being represented or thought about in another room, and then they try to amplify those signals from the brain using a cap that has all these electrodes on it. They're able to take your signals and amplify it, which improve the results like markedly. So they're able to signify like the mechanism, and now I imagine they're probably way better at it. I don't hear much about this guy anymore, right? I imagine if they got really good at this, they would not want that video out there of like the latest version of this.
Would you DM me that, or just at least DM me his name?
Yeah, I can give you the video, man. That way you can message it. For sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be sending it to you right now. So, you got any big plans for 2026, man? Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna live this long. Now what? Big plans for 2026? Flat Earth? Or move on to World War? I don't know. What do you got?
Well, I'm glad we're live here with Arwen so that we can promote the real TFE, the first exploration. I said that's definitely a movement we get going by going hard in 2026, maybe by next Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean the real exploration?
The real exploration, planes that are there to go and circumnavigate for the sole purpose of proving or falsifying flat Earth.
Oh, is that what you talk about, Arwen?
Oh, sorry, I was just AFK.
Or the globe.
Sorry? I was just AFK 2 minutes.
Arwen,
okay.
Arwen, will you stand with me in promoting TFE, the first exploration, where we go for circumnavigation or straight off into Narnia, and we report back to all the real humans what we are finding? Will you stand with me, Arwen?
What does that mean, standing with you? Would I support such an endeavor? In spirit?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, why not? It's just like I'm not gonna be able to afford it. I'm literally scrambling monthly just to be able to eat, and getting worse. So yeah, I'm not gonna be doing it. But yeah, if somebody's gonna do it, yeah, that would be awesome, of course. But are you gonna get beyond the zone though, right? Because the real thing, yeah, what we really want to explore is the Pacific. Is that even allowed? And yeah, Antarctica and the North Pole regions. But are you gonna get there without military intervention? You know?
We're going to do it for science. We're going to do it for public interest. You know, we're going to do it for what do you call it? a happy, settled society where people aren't fighting over, thinking there's conspiracies out there, right? Like, wouldn't the leaders want people to settle down, even if it's only 3% of them? Look at the part of the 97% that the 3% drag into it, right? Think about this, man. There's 10% of people just arguing, bickering about the shape of the earth all the time. Imagine how much more we could get done.
Strapping yourself to a rocket, Don?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen a cool enough rocket, but I've definitely thought of it.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
Don't worry about Don. He's a little extra. He's fun.
I did post something last night that seems to be the end-all be-all proof of a globe and space, and the fact that NASA is awesome and always tells the truth. I don't know. Yeah, on the show here, like it'll show the pictures in the wide chat, right? I'll post it again in the wide.
Okay. No, I see you posted the video. What is that about again?
Michael Persinger?
That's a picture. That's right there.
Yeah, what is it about?
With Michael Persinger, it has to do with. Are you talking to me or him?
To you.
Okay. Michael Persinger came out with this video called No More Secrets. Has to do with essentially a world in the future where everyone's mind is connected.
Oh,
so there's
right.
literally
Yeah.
no more secrets. Has to do with
Telepathy.
Telepathy. Yeah.
Right.
Mind communication. So
Yeah,
if you have access to the Akashic records of humanity, and you know what I mean, then what does that mean for humanity? All your secrets are revealed. Everyone's guilty. Everyone's innocent at the same time. What does that mean? And he studies how to read brainwaves and how to communicate telepathically. That's literally his study.
Right, but I mean, that form of telepathy is still going to be dependent on ongoing thought, though. Because telepathy doesn't extend typically to the range where you can literally dive into somebody's memory without that person actually actively thinking about it. Right? So you could still conceal things by just simply never thinking about it.
Just think about it. Like, imagine Neuralink being injected into a baby, and then that Neuralink is connected to the satellite, the Starlink.
Okay.
Right? And now we have a public Akashic record that is managed by AI that can either reveal or unreveal ideas, thoughts, and memories. It could actually even manufacture them at the same time.
It's not an Akashic record, though. The Akashic record is literally like the structure of information itself and where ideas go. But you would have a recording of human internal activity then. So it's like just like social media metadata, except internally. That's what you would have. And sure, you would be able to gather all kinds of things like AI is through the internet. But it wouldn't be all that different from that. You're not gonna decipher all things that way. It's just you got a record of human internal activity. That's it.
Okay. But it's still more information than you had prior.
Yeah, sure.
And they would get better and better and better at it. And then you would have, collection of different data over time. And then suddenly now you have an erasable public history of data that's all associated with your ID. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a social credit record then. That's not great. Because, I mean, then you can't even keep things private.
No more secrets.
Prone to abuse. It's also going to be very tough for business people. Because it works because of secrets.
And that's another interesting thing. Like Elon Musk was talking about how everyone in the near future is going to be rich.
Yeah, it's just nonsense.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Well, if we get rid of all the problems of humanity and engage in some kind of robotic communism that gives us everything we want all the time for free,
it won't.
I mean, what's the difference?
It
I mean,
won't.
you don't. Let's say you don't have to. Let's say that they, instead of giving us UBI, instead of giving us money and having all these different classes and whatnot, what if they just give us credits that renew every month, and then you just live for free forever?
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Access
Like,
whatever you can access.
you can't just have infinite production to accommodate for that. It just doesn't work. Like, all the technology, what it really does is just makes the jobs that are still required to do by humans, because not everything can be done by machines. It's just not feasible. It's just going to make the jobs that are still left to be done by humans harder and harder and more tedious. It's already happening. And that would just continue. Right? The simple jobs that are actually like, yeah, nice to people, they will just all go away. And only the really complicated, hectic stuff is left. And it sucks. And like, if nobody can work and you get money, I mean, that doesn't mean you're going to be satisfied. Like, people actually, a lot of them, they need to do work or labor of their talent to find purpose in life. Otherwise, they'd get depressed.
Right.
It's just practical. So yeah, it doesn't work. It will just lead to a depressed society where people are gonna be more dissatisfied than ever, and no way to do anything about it.
Okay, what if their Neuralink can change their mood? Press a button, oh, I'm happy. Endorphins.
Okay, well,
Dopamine.
that's gonna then just turn them into digital drug addicts, and then that's gonna destabilize their physiological function. Like, you can attempt to bypass yourself physically, but that's just like trying to use pharmaceuticals to stave off symptoms. In the long run, it just kills you. Because it's unnatural.
Yeah, I think they would know that, and they could still use it as a mechanism. Like, during surgery, they put you under anesthesia, right? Now, you don't use that every day. You don't go home and go, oh man, I can't wait to get my anesthesia fix. No, they only use it in certain circumstances. Like, let's say you're in a depressive state, can't get your fix. Oh, you know what? We can fix that for you. You called customer service, Neuralink's like, yeah, you know what? Your levels are real low. Let's go ahead and juice you back up. You know? And then you feel great for like a few days, maybe a little bit more. You know,
Yeah, and before you know it, you're a total drug addict, and it won't even do anything for you anymore. You just deplete yourself. It happens every time. It doesn't work. None of it does.
Well, I'm not saying it does work. I'm just saying that it would function for a short time.
Yeah, and then more people get depressed and more people die. And that's it. And then you're back to square one again.
Do you think that's what they want? They want people to feel like life ain't worth it and, you know, volunteer their way out of this world? They're already doing it in Canada, assisted.
I mean, there's a group, there's a faction at least of like futurists that are like, yeah, we need to get rid of all these humans because We have no purpose for them, and they're just gonna be dissatisfied and make trouble and disrupt things. And I mean, they will. If we continue on this trajectory of societal developments, then yeah, that will happen one way or the other. It's already kind of happening. Just look at what people are like right now. Look at what the youth is like. That's the result of this ever-increasing technological society, where normal life occupations become less and less natural. It makes people crazy, unhinged, and dissatisfied.
I knew we were at the end of humanity when the music started sucking. So that was my, as soon as it got to like, you know, the early to mid 2000s, music started sucking real bad. I'm like, yeah, it's over.
Well, they were trying to do that.
Met peak music gone.
Right, but I mean, like 9/11 was the initiation of the downfall directive, basically, of everything, of society.
Yeah.
That's where all the media started to corrupt, when suddenly all the crazy socialist, communist propaganda things started to get introduced into the schools. But I mean, especially like when just media, television media became like really oozing with evil and corruption. Because before that, it wasn't like that. But it was allowed to get corrupted. And this all happened like after 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And it got really bad up until like a couple of years ago, and now there's like a slight push towards the other direction. But I mean, we're still outnumbered by this corruptive directive. Program's still running. The deep state is still there, because I mean, that is what's really keeping it in place, is the deep state. It's the continuation of government, of that power structure. It's that specific power structure that is executing this directive of societal decline, of the destruction of humanity. Like, that's the underlying mission.
They have to care about us some, though, don't they? Like, I mean, they need as many worker drones, right? Like, can you have too many worker drones? Or is it that they fear we're going to rise up or something? You know?
No, they don't see it like that. Because they think that if they just decrease the amount of people, then the amount of requirements, the needs that are going to be fulfilled is also going to be decreased. So they're just saying like, no, screw it. Just decrease the numbers and that will fix everything.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you on that, because like with the educational video Riggs has been sharing that he's talking about, the guy mentioned a term about like abstraction when we go from a small village to like a mega city or something. And he said like money is one way of an abstraction, where we're not like directly, you know, scoping the work everybody else is doing. So money is one way that like we become individualized, and responsibility is less scrutinized. But there's another form that happens in the make side, the abstraction of like unnecessary, you know, work in industries, right? Where, you know, people, you know, become artists or do all this other entertainment type stuff that's actually not maybe totally top priority necessary to the civilization. And that's another form of abstraction. Like people, you know, are not measuring like how little that's actually valuable, and then the farmers get abstracted, and there's what's less important, right? We're like, you know, Elvis Presley is more important than the farmer, you know, and it's like that's we all know that's totally not the case.
Wait, how does Elvis Presley come into this story? What?
He's saying that the famous person, because they've inserted so many abstractions to reality, because the overstimuli allows for much more input, that the abstraction of social relationships include like idols and famous people and can conflate someone's sense of urgency. They have now a parasocial relationship with the idol or the famous person
Oh, right.
instead of things that actually matter, like the farmer, the family, you know, the structure that's necessary. Is that about summarize what you were saying, Don?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you did put an extra twist on there, but I agree with you. Yeah, you elaborated a little deeper. People get abstracted for what their actual value of their industry is worth. Where, you know, less valuable industries get perceived as more valuable, and the most valuable industries get perceived as less valuable.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely something that's going on. Because like it's always talking about the economy, right? But that doesn't distinguish like actual valuable industries that are essential from just basically money pumping schemes and all that, where there's no actual production. Like it doesn't distinguish between that. And that's been an ongoing issue for a long time.
Unnecessary middlemen get created a lot, you know, just to try to sure, efficiencies get created. Sometimes a middleman can offer an efficient solution, but a lot of times it's just a way, just extra hands in the pot that don't need to be. Sorry, Arwen.
Right, but I mean that's just middleman. That's like in between, but it's just there's like financial systems, industries, banking stuff related, that sort of thing, investment corporations that they don't actually produce anything, yet they are like very noted when it comes to like estimating the GDP, which is telling everybody through the news and through the politics how well it's going with the country, right? Well, that those estimations are not based on actual functioning of really productive, critical industries. Sometimes, like, there's barely any money going around in that at all. Yet, if they would be gone, society would just collapse. So it's like the entire assessment of how the economy, what the economy is basically not relevant. It's not really relevant.
But I need Taylor Swift.
What?
He needs his Taylor Swift.
Okay.
So what are you working on, Arwen? I'm not sure if you're totally present right now. Are you playing a game or something?
No. I'm just kind of trying to move. I just got like bad news more, so I'm just a little bit shaken.
STD?
No.
That's some projection there, Q-Op.
I don't believe in STDs.
Q-Op, you don't know Arwen. Arwen's celibate.
My choice?
Yes, voluntarily.
I'm pretty sure celibacy is only by choice. Then if it's
why
not,
is
it would be
incel
called,
a word?
Yeah, it would be called something else. Incel is a different word.
I've never had that problem, so I don't know about those terms. But come on, you guys, let's get our heads out of the gutter.
You started it.
No, I didn't. You did, Arwen. Shut up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rick.
I'm stop playing around, man. He's got a thing going on.
Riggs said I was gonna get banned by the end of the day, so I'm trying to live up to his expectations.
Dude, I'm having deja vu. You said that before. And it's just twice. I'm having deja vu. What is happening?
You're a
Fucking
robot.
Groundhog Day.
No, because I did say that before. I said it like probably this morning. And then I repeated it to him again.
I mean, like
in
a month ago, though.
Oh,
The
well.
only thing different is my environment. I know I'm on a different table than I was last time. This is not the same. I'm not in the same physical space, but that mental space is very much the same.
Did anyone see last night, bro? Fucking.
Call me Don, the bridge builder.
You guys know Flat Earth? You guys know Flat Earth Banjo? He shouted out my videos, both my TFE videos, in his live stream last night.
Nice. I know Elec has been taking a lot of heat for the GPS tracker situation. You know, I love Elec. I would like that point to maybe be settled. I know he claims they're claiming it's like organic on the ground. Oh, I got to.
Yeah, I got the GPS stuff all clipped up and ready for my final TFE part of the series. But that's when I revisit all the debunk stuff again. Right now, I gotta do a Celestial Theodolite video and a debate potentially on Jeranism against Beasticles, and then I'll do a dual pole video and then show the GPS stuff that they're lying about. I'm working hard to keep Flat Earth clean of all the psyops and shills. I'm Batman. But I'm very underfunded.
Okay, Batty, man.
Arwen, can you teach me how to grift money from my channel?
You want me to mute you? Are you just gonna be a heckler?
God.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to. I just want everyone to remember, when you beg to get this guy unbanned, he's not going to do you any favors. You're just going to embarrass yourself by begging for him to get unbanned again.
I stand up for the truth. You don't just
like what? What do you stand up for? What's true to you?
Everything I just said.
So you think, what is true? Make a statement.
Like Cuddles is a Freemason. Arwen
He's
is
not a
grifter.
Freemason.
He is.
Arwen's not a grifter because he actually believes in what he's talking about, and he's happy to articulate his points, and you can support him for believing those things and promoting those things. That's not a grift. Go look it up, and it also has to do with deception. I don't think Arwen's deceptive. All right, go for the third one. Let's see if you can get it right this time.
What's the third one?
I don't know. You haven't said one right thing yet. What's the third one?
I have to go look up if grifting does involve deception.
pretty sure it does.
Yeah, it's like a scam. I mean, I've heard him ask for like money before a lot. I mean, like for
What's
food,
wrong
it's
with
like
asking for money? What's wrong
for
with asking
food.
for?
He can't
Would you
afford
rather
food.
he ask for money for, I don't know, pantyhose?
Can't afford food? You think he can't afford food?
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah. So what if he
Yeah,
has money for food?
I'm pretty sure Arwen can't afford food. I mean,
Yeah,
I
get off
think he
Discord
might-
and go work if you can't afford food. What the fuck?
Well, that's none of your
do
business.
this and
Well,
that.
If you want to
ew.
support him, you can. Otherwise, now you're just complaining.
Well, it is my business if you ask me to defend my claim, and now we're talking about my claim.
Well, understand what the definition grifter is before you start using terms you don't understand.
Yeah, I looked it up,
How
and
well-
it is.
How well do you think you know Arwen, QR? I've known him for quite a while. I just wondering. See, here's the thing with certain people out here. There's a lot of people that come out here that they wear their, what we call, they wear their heart on their sleeve. Now, Arwen does that. And so that exposes him to a lot of ridicule, it really does. That's why I personally don't wear my heart on my sleeve. But I'm not going to lie either. But anything you bring up personal or that type of thing, you're subject to be attacked. And like, there's we can name a lot of different circumstances. But I understand like what you might think about Arwen, because like I say, but I've known him for so long, and his personality is what it is. And I don't see Arwen as any type of psyop, to be honest with you. But that's just me.
I didn't say psyop.
Yeah, Arwen demands we get up and do something, bro. Like he'd be like, "Fuck this talking about FD. Let's go do something about it."
Well,
Like,
Grifter,
I love that motivation. I mean, what is he selling me? What? Yeah, exactly. What is he grifting me out of? What?
I'm just trying to
He's
get
never
good
been on Earth
advice.
He's gone on
That's
Earth
all.
Awakenings and asked for money for food before, bro.
yes, I mean we know. This.
Okay.
Oh well,
We know-
I apparently
we
don't
know.
deserve to
Hey, he's
eat.
not
I just
selling
need
no
to starve
bullshit. A
then, I
grifter sells
guess.
bullshit.
No one's starving in America, bro. It doesn't exist.
I'm not in
Nothing-
He's not
America.
in America.
Give
He's
away
not in
for free.
America, bro.
Free food.
Yeah, there's no
he
free
gets his-
food here.
You're in a third world country?
No, I'm in the Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Oh, the Netherlands, right?
Right.
You tried the food banks on.
Not third
Yeah, I
world,
have
bro.
tried.
First world.
Oh,
I
now
thought you
you're
were
getting
UK. I
involved,
thought you were-
Debatable D? Are you following me around again? Want to get in my
No, I've been here for a
business
while.
again? Troll?
No, I've been here for a while.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw you earlier move in when I was in the other room. Always keep following me around, don't you?
No,
Yeah,
I was
he
in Earth
showed up
Awakenings
right when
for
you
the
showed up.
majority of the day.
Yeah.
I was in Earth Awakenings the majority of the day.
Yeah. Mute. You're not getting involved.
Yeah. How is Arwen? Here we have the government food programs, and then we also have like churches. There's a lot of church food banks, so stuff like that. Community food banks.
Sounds great. I mean, the US definitely takes more care of the food side of things. Because there's like programs here, but yeah, they just don't just hand it out so easily, right? You gotta that like really dire circumstance. And I mean, I'm trying it again. I mean, I'm financially worse off now than I was like last time I tried. And hopefully they will actually accommodate this time, because I don't know how I'm gonna get around with what I'm getting right now.
I'm sorry about that, bud. Yeah, speaking of grifters, there's people here in America. They'll like get all the free food stamps, hundreds of dollars, $1,000, and then they'll sell it for half.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll sell it for like drugs or whatever the fuck. They have to pay whatever the fuck they need to pay. Yeah. And then start. But it's stupid because you always have to eat. You're always going to need food. So why give away half of your money? Why? It's the fucking stupidest thing ever. Yeah, they eat less. Exactly. I'm saying they can still eat less and still have the right amount of value. You get what I'm saying? Like it's fucking dumb. Dumb people piss me.
Just like
Yeah, we don't have food stamp
We're just-
systems here. We just have
well,
food banks.
just like logically, does anyone think that someone that didn't have enough money for food would spend all day long debating flat Earth and streaming? Like they wouldn't be looking for, trying to make money, like, or something. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like it's not that role just doesn't work in that life. Like they don't coexist together.
Oh, okay. Well, I tried to make my channel a success. It didn't really launch that much. Just a ton of trolls that keep whining, keep following me around, keep ruining whatever I'm trying to set up. Connecting with people or ruining those connections, slandering me everywhere, taking away my chances of actually being able to get around because of my activities. And yeah, now it's gotten to the point where the financial situation in the country is just so bad that I am worse off than ever. And yeah, I am trying to find work. Have you ever tried to do like a full-time job and then not eat at all? How does that work out? Huh? How does that work out when you try that?
I just don't know where this hypothetical is coming from.
It's coming from my situation.
You say you worked.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm starving monthly.
You've been starving?
Yeah, and then just get a job. Oh, okay. Now, how am I gonna do that job with like starving? How is that gonna work out? Do you think it's gonna last? I'm gonna be able to do that successfully and keep going?
So you're just doubling down. You're starving.
Yeah, I am starving. Yes.
You're in Netherlands and you're starving.
Yes.
So why are you on Discord and just chilling with us?
Because I'm doing my show. Because that's my daily activity. It's kind of a thing to hold on to retain my sanity. To have some expression, to have some communication. Because I don't really have a lot of that outside of my show. I don't hang around certain people all day long out here in the world. So I do it on Discord. And I do it through my show. Gives me some stability. Right? It enables me to express ideas about things like flat earth, spirit mechanics, all these things that out there people they don't understand any of that. I don't know anybody out there that understands this sort of thing. That's why I got on in the flat earth community, because people actually can understand some of these ideas.
So I looked it up. I mean, ChatGPT says that very few people are literally starving in a sense of extreme hunger in the Netherlands.
Okay, well, I'm not dead yet, but I mean, I am hungry and I do not have enough food as a standard, and I have been learning to live with that. Yeah? I mean, I'm not literally about to drop dead any moment, but I am very uncomfortable, and I'm having psychological trouble because of that. Yeah, like not eating enough, that brings a lot of anxiety with it.
Can we see your fridge?
I don't hear what you're saying, and I don't think I want to continue this conversation. You're just being nasty.
Well, show your fridge. Let's see if it's empty.
Oh, you really want me to show you my fridge? It is pretty much empty, yeah. I can just tell you what's in there. There's like dinner supplies for 2 days, because I did just get my income for the month, even though how little it is. I haven't paid all my bills yet. Got some mayonnaise. I got bread. And that's it. That's what's in my fridge.
Mayonnaise and bread.
I got bread. I literally just bought it. It's expensive. Everything is. All food is expensive here now. Very expensive. Good. So we can move on now.
I think his situation is fine. I think that's why he hangs out on Discord so much, because the flat Earth thing is a good gig. That's my opinion. 'Cause
Yeah,
usually
well,
people
you're
don't
an
do something that's not
asshole,
working, right?
and nobody
Especially if they're
likes you.
starving.
And I'm
I know,
gonna
I'm an
mute you
asshole.
now, asshole. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you think all these things about me? You don't know shit. You really think a person's gonna spend all this time just making up their poor, like every single fucking day like that? Pretending to have anxiety because they're hungry? Just to get a little extra money with some duper's delight on the side? Like, you're fucking deranged. And he's out of here. So it
Good
seems.
morning, everybody. How's it going?
Morning, Lush.
Hello, Lush.
Good morning. I used to talk about like bread being expensive and stuff. Man, it takes the returns. They call them returns. They're supposed to deliver them back to the company.
This is not
What-
America. It's Netherlands.
Yeah, no, I've done this before. And if you ask
In
the
the
dude,
Netherlands?
hey, oh, in the Netherlands, they
In the
don't do
Netherlands-
that.
In the Netherlands, the bread and food that's about and I believe the businesses get like they don't quite make money from it. It's still a loss, but they get like a tax rebate on the food that they give up that spoils basically.
Okay, cool. I've heard about a similar kind of program in France and stuff. And the thing is, in food banks, man, bread is the most plentiful thing. There's always tons of bread.
Oh yeah, the Netherlands loves the bread, man. There's tons of it.
Yeah, there's no.
I'm legitimately just trying to understand your options, like what you could do, how you could mitigate your situation. That's it.
Well, I've been very open about my situation. You've been able to follow that since you follow me around and watch every damn show that I do. So you know my situation. I've said it.
Are the food bank thingies pretty good in the Netherlands? Like, I used to be on the food bank, or go to the food bank, and protein was always the one thing that was hard to, like, you never got enough. Like, there was like, as a single person, they would give me 6 eggs for 1 week, and that's just.
A couple of times for other things, and they had a really good system. Like one time, I just because I was there and looked bad, they gave me stuff from it, leftovers, and that was great. But they don't operate like that on this side of the city, so they just give you like standard things, and a lot of it's just crap. It doesn't last. It's not good. It's like a lot of like processed crap with toxic shit in it that I can't handle. It's not good food.
I mean, I get that, but like, it's definitely a lot better than I think what kind of certain staple stuff is in the States in terms of added sugars and added crap and things like that.
I mean, that's not a bad topic. Like, what are the options? What's going to happen in the near future when no one's able to work? You know, kind of like what's coming down the pipe. Sounds like if you live through the change, Arwen, you might even be able to benefit from the system that they want to push. They want people to be able to have free quality of life.
I mean, Riggs, on that,
whatever,
like I
man.
see
We'll
Zep
see
is
when it gets
mentioned
there.
Sorry. See, Riggs, Zep has mentioned something interesting in the chat there about like government assistance from people. I don't know if that's kind of related to what you want to talk about.
Well, that would be like a UBI. I mentioned it earlier. They are, you know, as like a transitional type thing. They did a Kickstarter program. They were giving people an additional $500 a month as a supplementary bonus or like stipend, and you know, they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm for UBI. You know, there's different ways to do it, but I just see like Zep mentions he says that government assistance programs can give 800 euros a month to some people. He makes a claim about how much Arwen's getting. I mean, that's something else that can be discussed. But on the other side of it, yeah, I mean, I'm personally in favor of UBI. I think it allows people to focus on what they want to do rather than just living, and I think that's a good thing. But yeah.
Well, I don't know if he can hear you, but I also don't know if he wants to make, you know, all of this public. I mean,
No, I'm
you
not
can
gonna
donate if
lay
you
out my
want to,
entire
but it sounds like
situation
he
like
doesn't-
it's a social worker. No, I'm definitely not gonna do that with all you guys. You'll meddlesome asses.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think if he has a social worker, it sounds like they've reviewed his options. We don't know all of his situation. You know, you shouldn't be judging people without all the info. You know, and he's asking for money. So, you know, somebody's managing a situation and he needs a little extra. So
Yeah,
I'm not gonna pretend I know better than his caseworker or whatever, you know?
Yeah, no qualms there. I'm just pointing out what I saw in the chat.
Yeah.
I think it is worth having context. I don't think someone has to necessarily give all the info or dox themselves or some nonsense like that. But I think it's worth having the context when people are, you know, in situations, and that I think they also need to be open to suggestions, to getting suggestions from people, whether those suggestions are good or bad. It's worthwhile listening out to options
yeah, if he
that
wants
people
to
can give you. So
yeah, I can't say any way about it if he wants to, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that my social worker and like these judicial people, they know a lot more of how things actually work here, not random people on the internet. Yeah, you're just guessing. I'm not. Those people aren't, and my problem is that is my living situation. It's because I'm living in a room.
I get that.
I don't get all the typical benefits, and that's why I literally just can't get around with it. And
I
that
get
gap
that,
is growing
but
because of the inflation.
I absolutely get that. My only criticism would be that it seems that anytime someone points out to you in one of these live chats or on your stream or wherever suggestions, that you shut them down. And sure, yeah, there's trolls and all that, but like I'm talking about legitimate suggestions. It seems that you shut them down.
Yeah,
Like,
from people that randomly pop up with new accounts made that day that are blatantly trolls. Because that's what those trolls do all the time. Like almost every day, especially the days that I'm like not doing great and I'm like, help. then they pop up. You get a job, stop whining, you're a scammer. Yeah, I shut them down. That's right.
I get that, but I haven't ever heard you like. Well, maybe it's just because I haven't watched enough or been at all the shows or whatever. I don't know. But talking about the options for how you could approach getting a job, making sure that you're fed, making sure that you can get by on your utilities and your needs and
yeah,
your
because
wants
it's
and
none of your damn
making your
business
situation.
how I arrange
Yeah,
the
it's none of your
details of my
business.
life.
We just went over that.
This is where the dichotomy, the problem is coming for me. On one hand, you're saying there's all these problems, and then when someone's trying to talk to you about it without necessarily getting into the specific details, but just with options, the different routes you could take, then it's a shutdown of no, that this isn't your business. So like you can't have it both sides.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm laying down my situation. It is what it is. It is informed. It's not just something I'm saying because I just have to say something because I don't really know. No, I know. And if you don't trust that and you want to hear out every damn detail because you don't trust me, well, too fucking
I want
bad.
to hear the details.
Too
I
bad.
want to hear the details.
Yeah,
What I
no,
wanna
and
know
not
is-
any details.
What I
How
want to know
about
is
how about we
you-
just not talk about it anymore? You know, if he says, you know, he could use a little bit of help with food or whatever, take him for his word. I mean, or don't believe him or don't help him. Like, it doesn't have to be that you are inside of his personal life getting all the little bits and details.
I'm not trying to get in his personal life, Rick.
You kind of
Oh,
are. though.
really? Yo,
Like,
you're
you
not
clearly
doing
are,
that.
You
Oh,
clearly
okay.
are.
Rick, he simply
Right, just
said-
call
he
the
said-
Netherlands,
Rick,
buy some
can I-
ramen noodles, have it delivered to his
Can I-
house. Like, come on.
Can I finish my
Fucking
point?
ramen
Can I just finish my point? Can I
Why?
finish my one point, please?
If
Rick.
it's a bad point, then I'm going to prevent you from bringing this up again.
Let me just say it, and then we can move on. I'm fine with that. That's all good. Is that fine?
Go ahead.
All right. Look, brother, look, this is how it works here, Mr. Debatable D. I set the conditions, not you. So
That's what
make
I'm
your
asking.
point. It better
I'm not
be
setting
good,
conditions. I'm
or you will
asking
be
you if
removed
that's all
from
right.
being able to make your point next time.
All I'm asking is if it's all right if I just have this one word, we can move on.
I've
That's it.
already made that condition, and you're ruining it.
You said
So
yes
you almost about
3
lost
times.
your. Yeah, get on with it, bro.
Okay. He pointed out getting a job means he can't eat while he's working. If he were able to get money, say, from the food bank this time because his situation is worse than the previous time, then would he consider working while he has money from the food bank to get himself that little boost, that little bootstrap moment to move on?
Well, I'm
No more
not
details
getting
on that.
money
Just
from the
taking
food
something
bank, but yeah, I'm trying to get. I don't have it yet. I don't even know if they'll give it to me. Last time they didn't, and I mean maybe this time they will. I'd be really lucky. And yeah, I was already on my way, like working on it to try to get into the job market. Like I have a huge gap in my work record, so it's not like I'm just easily. Oh yeah, come in here. Let's go. They didn't like accept me so easily.
I
But
was
yeah, I'm
self-employed for
trying.
10
I have
years.
been
It's very
trying
hard
for
me
a couple
to,
of months.
Then my final word is I wish you success, genuinely.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, they don't like them gaps, yo. They should look at it like, dude, this dude's starving. He really want, he would appreciate the change of life, but they do not like those gaps. They want loyal drones.
It's a real thing. I was self-employed for 10 years. They don't like that. They like people who are primed and ready, that are in the system, that aren't gonna, give them any feedback. They want fresh blood. This is what the market is like. I have a 10-year gap in my history because I was self-employed. It's just how it is.
Yeah, the interviewer will be like, "So, what were you doing for the last 7 years?" And then you'll be like, "Oh, I'm self-developing, researching, exploring."
Minding my own business.
Yeah, they'll be like,
Literally.
"Oh." Yeah, and they'll just be like, "Oh, okay." Like,
Exactly. Yeah, Karen from HR ain't gonna hear that bullshit. I promise.
No, but what I say now is like, yeah, I got into social media and I thought it was gonna hit off, but then basically through the worldwide depressions and all that, it just eventually snuffed it pretty much. And I'm still doing it, but I'm just not getting around from it, and I'm stuck. And that's the truth.
You know, for a long time there during COVID, you know, it would have made sense to make a channel that has to do about this great thing that's happening about society, and you could have come up with a great platform to talk about the important aspects of COVID.
I was.
But what happened?
I was doing that
What
on my
happened?
YouTube channel.
Well, what happened though is that everyone was losing their channels. They were being censored. You know, they were being demonetized on PayPal and other you know, sources of income. So what would have been a legitimate business just a few years prior suddenly now is censored and demonetized and you know, shadow banned. So like you go to your next employer and you say, yeah, I was trying to essentially break the rules for the last, you know, 5 years, and it didn't work. But it was some like virtuous venture that you thought you could monetize, and they don't want to hear any of that, right?
Yeah.
Because the companies that are left over, they're corporate, and
Right.
corporate doesn't like, you know, they pulled all their funding and advertising for the exact same thing that he was involved with, so they're not going to want to deal with that kind of guy, you know.
That's right. That's why I don't bring that specific subject up. Right? I mean,
Yeah, well,
I would
the first
rather
rule
bring
on the
up that I'm
server.
into flat Earth than that I was like criticizing COVID and all that.
Right.
So I don't really mention that, the whole COVID thing. I don't bring it up.
See, and to me, that's a strength to be able to have an open mind, to be able to, you know, say you don't have any shame in searching for the truth. You know, as radical as they think it is, that to me is a strength. And a lot of society looks at it like you're just a crazy person. You know, it's very ironic.
Right, and if it is part of your job to interact with people, then they see that as a risk factor because you might trigger the customers.
Right.
Which I will like blatantly avoid if I ever get a job. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep all of it to myself. I'm just gonna function within my function and do that. If it's communicative, then I can just turn that part off. Just not have it be involved and just do what the job tasks you to do. I can do that.
See, I've been in entertainment to where it was like the people wanted it, but they sure would get triggered. But I was like, you know, a nerd club bartender.
Yeah.
It was like we definitely brought that shit up way too.
I feel like anything public service, like, or would you say, where you have to constantly like appease people, like the service industry, I feel like it's very difficult. It's like wear and tear on your mind because you're
No.
constantly having to fake.
No,
You're
that would
constantly
be
having to be
fine.
like, yeah, of course, yeah, I understand. You know, even when someone's being ridiculous. So it's like, I think there's a little bit of a risk curve. But if you can find a decent job that's isn't asking too much responsibility, and I believe most jobs most definitely are. Now, I think construction and like stuff like that is badass because you're learning real skills, you're building, you have a skill you can take and build your own asset, stuff like that. But for me, it's hard to find motivation in going to work for a big corporation, no matter how big the paycheck, because it's like I know what they're gonna really want from me, and it's just like, holy shit. A lot of them you gotta like live and be in a certain area, so the cost of living goes up, the pace of your life increases, because now you got to be everywhere exactly when you're told. So you know, you're paying. A lot of people start paying for fast food and like eating quick food and stuff instead of having the time to be healthy. And I'm not sure it's worth it. I think most people only need like probably 30 to 50K a year, and if they own their property, you know, there's a lot less debt, and there's a lot more just I'm, you know, only buying what I need and building, you know, most of my stuff. It's so hard to find land now, though.
Yeah, in the
Basically,
Netherlands,
gotta go
that's
live
just
like-
completely out of order. Like you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like that's what you described. That's like very typically American, and it's much better in reach within America. It's set up to accommodate for such ways of going about. In here, it's not like that. Like you gotta be, if you want to like just build your own house, and you gotta basically be very successful company. You got to be like the company owner to be able to do that here. You're going to be extremely busy, and then you can do such things.
Yeah, I feel restricted in America, but it's way more free than a lot of other places. It blows my freaking mind.
Yeah, it is. Business-wise, anyway.
Plenty of cheap remote land, but not houses.
I mean, houses here are incredibly expensive. And land is just completely out of order. Like, nobody can really afford land except for mega corporations. Like, BlackRock's buying shit up. Nobody else is. It's become way too expensive, and people just can't afford it. It always used to be, like, very difficult to afford it. Now it's just completely undoable.
I think it's gonna get worse over there quicker.
Probably.
Gnarly estimations from guys recently. Like, we're just seeing the precursors, some of these farming revolts and stuff.
Right. Yeah, and there's a housing crisis that's really significant because of the whole replacement or migration things. Tons of migrants that come in and just like they get full priority, and people that are born here, they don't. And so there's a lot of locals that are just like me, living in some student house when they're in their 40s or 50s because they just can't get anywhere else. But then that comes with like what do you say, a bad position financially, so it's much harder to even just get around like that. And it's like everybody's having that issue, not just me.
Yeah, I mean, and
I'm over here.
Snuck so many of those immigrants into the country, putting so much pressure that most of the opportunities that you would have had, they've been optimized into, you know, streamlining foreign culture into their country. I'm not against the freedom of immigration and diversity, right? But when it gets to this point, it's clear that they're weaponizing it, that they're doing this to break your country down, our countries down, to separate us from our community and our culture. It's nuts. I mean, there's stats that are coming out. Like, I know not a lot of people like Benny Johnson, but he's doing some stat drops on the discrimination on certain groups, like the groups we were all taught to think were like the majority that with all these rights. But I mean, there's statistically provable discrimination against white people and like mixed American. So if like you were black mixed, if you were, you know, a Mexican, a white Mexican, or a mixed black, all those stats, like we've just been getting shit on, gents.
You know what's funny is that a lot of people were using affirmative action when I was growing up in school, but I was like one of only a couple white people in my whole school because I lived near the border. So it was all Hispanic here.
It's crazy.
So I was the minority, but I was the one getting crapped on like constantly. I'm still the minority. No extra opportunity for me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's a clear weaponization. It goes deep into the psychological litmus I think they have on the population. They know, that people don't understand that the system they created has been making their lives hard. So they're giving them someone to blame, right? Oh, it was the people that were in control were, had some social perspectives that were off balance. Like they're racist. They were covertly suppressing black people the whole time. It's like, no, we all deal with that. Every one of us deal with it in a new environment, getting picked on, being ignored, disrespected for no reason. That's just like human nature. So they're just trying to, gaslight people's normal life experiences into giving a good reason for it. It's so crazy.
It seems
a good
like
term might be
yes.
like moral hijacking.
Well, they're just inserting very overt discrimination by deprioritizing the white folk, the national-born people, and favoring immigrants. And like they get, tons of money. It's insane. Like I've heard about some of this stuff. Like they not only get like standard welfare, that's twice what I get. They also get all this other stuff on top of it. I get a free phone, all the bills for the phone auto-paid. They get literally free fat bikes. It's like all of that. It's just, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. And I could barely even eat. I haven't had new clothes in years. I don't do anything. I don't go on vacation. I don't go out. I don't eat out. It's like I'm just struggling to survive, and it's just like, yeah, whatever. They don't care.
It's pure insanity. It really is. That's why I've got a lot of hope for this idea of Doge and the plan of the administration in America right now to try to clean up some of this corrupt money laundering, because it creates a
But that might also be a factor. It's just that's not really very open. Like I don't think they're actually voting. Like in America, they just give them voting, which is insane because they're illegal. I don't think that specifically is happening here, but they are like basically financially depleting everything by getting them in and then just fully funding them like they're nobility or something.
Seriously, it's shocking. Well, what's nuts is they come in the country and then they get to show up to town hall meetings and, in our modern world, like, yeah, of course we're going to respect somebody that's in my country. If without any research, I'm just going to assume somebody's legally in the country and I'm going to respect you. And so they're kind of playing on people's heartstrings where we're giving our communities over to these people that come in and what are their goals? We have no clue. The people they could have snuck into our countries we don't even know. It is impossible to know.
Yeah, what are they doing here? What do they want? What are their goals? What is their culture?
Well, a lot of it is actually like they make so much surplus that they just buy useless, luxurious stuff, and like everybody can see that they're doing that. All these migrants are like wearing brand new clothes and having new equipment and everything is all tip top. And then on top of that, they like send money to their homelands, to the rest of their family or something, right? Or worse, some freaking weird organization that's shady and potentially terrorist. So they can even just do that from money that they're just getting for free.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
the
happening
money
here too. Like, it's
goes a
known that they
long
do
way in
that.
Zimbabwe, you know.
So that's happening here too.
Oh yeah, and the money from there is, you know, the pound is worth even more.
Right.
These societies aren't equal.
Right, but like one thing that stands out is that people like me, we're like getting all the eyes on us and we're being checked and like, are you doing everything according to the rules, and get in trouble or whatever, get hard on us. These people, these migrants, illegal migrants, they get the funding and then nobody ever checks on them. They're not scrutinized. If they're caught doing something that you're not supposed to do, then nothing happens. Just let it, they just let it
no
go.
oversight.
They don't even tell
There
them
was
not. They don't even tell them not to do it, and they discover it.
Well, there was a rape case on your side of the pond,
Ugh.
right? And they just said, you know what, this guy didn't understand because he's from another culture, and they let it go.
Dude, it's even worse than that. There was one case where some foreign guy basically raped and murdered a little kid. And then, like, the judge said, okay, you got 6 days of labor. Or, I mean, 6 months of, like, public service labor. And that's it. And, like, when the judge said that, like, the dad just went completely berserk. Started throwing furniture, which is completely understandable. Because, I mean, this little kid just got murdered. These people are insane. These judges, they're all women for some reason.
Well, you haven't dropped their pants, so you don't know that.
Well, every time I see something like that, they're women. Like, they look like middle-aged women.
Like,
Never seen so many judges that are middle-aged women. Like, it didn't used to be like that.
Go look at the Epstein case, and go look at the judge that was handling that case.
Huh.
And it's one of these inverts. Now they're not openly transgender, but they are. You know what I mean? Like I call them Bafo babies.
Okay.
You know, they're seated out there to facilitate the controllers.
Okay. I don't know if they're that here. I mean, there are transgenders, but I mean, usually you can tell.
What's a baffle baby? Baffle?
Yeah, that's the insinuation, right? Like, Don Treader and I call them Bafo babies because clearly they're transgender. Like some of these, like, magazine models, you know, and many of them are in positions of power to facilitate, you know, either working for NASA, working for the government, working as a judge. You know, they're in positions that influence society. And I call them Bafo babies because either they're part of some kind of family lineage or they're part of some kind of breeding program where they mixed up the gender, like the gender markers in their DNA or something, and they're a mix. Not entirely sure where they come from or what the program they're part of is, but see them everywhere. Famous people, politicians. Like Macron's, okay, for example, like Macron's wife, you know, people are saying that it's actually a man and it's his husband, that it's his father.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and she's like suing people over it too. Didn't she like?
Yeah, there's a video
Candace Owens?
of him getting slapped by the, you know, quote, wife.
Oh yeah.
big old man hands, long arms, whack,
Yeah, that
smack
was
in the
hilarious.
face.
I hate the topic, but
Women got
incest
big
is
monkey.
definitely part of this.
Sorry. Oh, the incest element.
Yeah, it's so messed up. The demonic aspect. It's like incestual androgyny.
Spiritual warfare is what it is. They're openly denying the creation by flipping their gender.
Raise your hand if you've ever been slapped by a woman. Raise your hand if it wasn't. If you weren't attacking them and they just were mad that they were being.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've been slapped.
Oh,
by
they're
a
just
woman.
mad. They're like the baby being disciplined, and they're like, "No, mommy, I don't want to go in timeout." And they slap you.
I think it's happened twice to me. Let's see. Well, I can't say that name. You guys might know that name.
I guess I'm trying to say, you don't even have to disrespect them. They don't like authority. Like they're trying to rebel against authority. No disrespect.
I don't think I've ever been slapped.
Like, yeah, it's just two. I think.
It's kind of fun. One's rocked my jaw a little bit before. Like I wasn't ready for it.
Damn.
My jaw wasn't clenched. I mean, if your jaw isn't clenched, like you can shift the bone a little bit. Make a little sore in the jawbone there.
Get the fingernail scratches.
It definitely wasn't a man. Oh yeah. Oh boy. I got a baseball-sized bite mark on my back shoulder blade, man. Like earlier this summer, dude. You can see both sets of teeth and some bruising in the middle. I don't know what the fuck the middle bruise is there. Well, I guess they didn't. I don't know.
Here I got one that Tank won't like. How about the Trump brothers and sister and Laura Trump also? How about that?
I think they're all legit, so fuck it.
That's an uncomfortable. So you think Laura Trump is legit?
Absolutely.
Woo! Man, oh no.
See, I've hooked up with a lot of girls
pretty
in
out.
my day, and I think there's some diversity with women's facial features that are. It's like, oh wow, very surprised. It's like the English masculinity. Like some women have such a chunky, like
Okay.
almost dude-looking face.
What about Laura Loomer?
Doesn't explain it all though. Dude, I'm with you though that some of them are very sus. And like the more I look at Melania Trump, like now that I've heard it, I can't unhear it. So I'm not like totally, turning my brain off to the possibility.
Why would you have so much power though and be like gay race? Like why have so much macho power and then be not want women? Like it's just weird.
Well, the thing
Like,
is,
and if
you
you're
can.
so homo, like,
here's
how do
why.
you get
I'll tell you why. Because it's actually very easy to make a woman, give them testosterone, and then they have male features. Because the male features are larger. So once these women grow bigger in those certain ways, when you change their chemistry, it stands out. Now, when you take a man who already has large features, it's really hard to take that away. You can't necessarily, you can shave the jaw, you can shave the cheekbones, you can move the nose a little bit. There's some stuff you can do to make a guy look like a girl. It's just more difficult. So you see the guys who are trying to be girls, but what you don't see are the women who are actually men. Or you don't see the women who are trying to be men, because those larger features look more legitimate.
Right, but they're the secondary person in a lot of these cases. You're saying they're not the leader; they're like the wife or whatever. So it's like, why would the leader, the macho leader, want?
Well, I'll give you an example. Like JFK is very likely a biological woman. But you wouldn't know that because he's been on hormones yes, he's been on hormones his whole life, and he has gargantuan features, but there's still the feminine traits there, like the clavicles, the eye sockets, the hairline. Like, there's a bunch of feminine parts, the hips, right? But you don't notice that because it's been overshadowed by the male hormone that they've been fed their whole life, right? You don't, so it's not, it passes your smell test. It's a lot harder for a woman, it's a lot harder for a man to pass the smell test, though. When a man tries to be a woman, it's like, no, your features are
Dang it.
Right.
I just want JFK to be the modern day Jesus. It's like, you just keep tearing all this shit down.
Yeah, it's so you're like, oh, look, the first ladies are all men. They're all men. What you don't realize is that perhaps all the first men are all ladies. So
And it looks like the trainees are the handlers. Like they're the some sort of puppet master handoff to the bloodlines. Because they're very vetted, they're very psychologically tuned, like the psychological disassociation ritual. I feel like there's gradient to it. I think some of them are able to remember the identities. Some of them are able to handle the trauma at different levels, and those are the true freaks. These people that take on different sexes and totally shift characters, right? Paul Walker to JD Vance. To me, that's one of the best examples of how extreme they really do go. Because once you accomplish a high-level acting role to the public, then they truly, I just rings so true that they would shift that gear into, okay, now you're going to play it in a real political role. Like, the stage is at a point now where the best actors are the real people.
Think about his name, dude. Paul Walker, right? You have Paul Bearer, right? Paul Bearer, Paul Walker.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about it? I don't get it.
Like, oh man. Like the Antichrist?
Well, like, what's the Paul Bearer? I mean, you carry the cat. You're burying the dead body. The dead. I don't know what the Paul pit. The Paul pit. Is that what that is? But I don't know. But the bearer of the Paul. Well, he's the walker of the Paul. They don't walk all right past it. You see what I'm saying? Walk past the death.
Okay. Right, guys, I'm gonna round out the show.
About the Beatles?
Sorry?
All right, Arlen.
Yeah, because it's like I've been
bro.
going for like almost 3.5 hours, and I just gotta round it out. But yeah, it was.
Oh, you're not going nowhere, dude. No, I'm joking.
What? No, I am. I gotta get some food.
Take 1 more hour. Come on.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I'll be back, but
yeah, this server is very
round out the
addictive, man.
show.
It's a problem.
Okay. Well, anyway, I am rounding out my show, so you guys just keep it up, and I'll probably pop in later. But I'm rounding out my show, so thanks for being part of the panel, and yeah, I mean, it was a bit irritating earlier, but I thought it was overall amicable, so I appreciate it. Thanks for having me,
man.
Riggs.
Yeah, I'll see you next time.
All right.
Cheers.
See you next time.
Peace, Arlen.
All right. So yeah, I'm rounding out the show. It's can't believe I'm almost gone 3.5 hours. Yeah, not much of a title today. Just worldwide debates panel, and I'm just not going to go into all the details. It's been a little bit depressing, perhaps. I'm sorry about that. I thought it was going to start out really well. Right. Anyhow, hope you all enjoyed that, or thought it was informative, or whatever. Enjoyed having this in the background, because it's been a very long show. Right, but I am gonna round it out now. So thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I can really use it and I really need it. Should be very obvious. Right, I will be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2495 on a Tuesday. Hope to see you all then. Everybody have a great rest of this Monday. And until the next video, keep it flat.